I have finally found a workflow that turns a single long video into dozens of ready-to-post clips in just minutes. Today, I'm going to walk you through the entire process, from that raw, long-form recording to a full set of platform-ready clips. We are talking about getting everything scheduled and queued up in the simplest way possible. We're using an AI-driven tool for this walkthrough, which handles all the heavy lifting of finding viral moments for you. It even takes care of editing those clips into snackable content and scheduling them across your platforms automatically. If you are creating content at any scale, this is one of those hacks that completely changes the game. Now, let's be honest. Not every tool out there is perfect. There are plenty of options, but most either demand too much manual work or cost a fortune for what they provide. The tool we are using today strikes a perfect balance between automated discovery and cross-platform formatting. I'll show you how each piece works so you can decide if it's the right fit for your specific needs. Once you sign in, you just start a new project to get the ball rolling. The interface is incredibly clean, and all you really care about is dropping in your long-form video file. For this demo, let's imagine we have a 40-minute brand Q&A session about a new skin serum. You could be using a podcast episode, a product demo, a webinar, or literally anything else you have recorded. Upload the full video and pick your basic settings like target platforms and desired clip lengths. You can also choose whether you want automatic captions and translations included. The auto-editing engine is the key part of this process. It analyzes the audio and visual rhythm to detect peaks like punchlines or testimonial bites. It then marks potential clip boundaries for you automatically. Now, here is the first major magic trick: the auto-editing of viral clips. You can either let the AI produce a whole batch of suggested clips or pick highlights manually from the timeline. For the sake of speed, I usually set it to auto-generate everything. You can choose to generate 10, 20, or even 100 clips in one single go. For this session, I am just going to ask for 10 clips to get us started. Hit generate, and the AI returns a set of clips that each pack a clear idea or emotional moment. These are perfect for today's short-form attention spans. What I really like about this approach is the sheer variety. One clip might be a quick 12-second testimonial where the founder discusses ingredient benefits. Another might be a 20-second before and after demo that shows real results. Then, you get a tight 9-second hook that leans heavily on a single trend-worthy line. The AI looks for structural markers like pauses, emphasis, and applause. You end up with a mix of hooks, mid-funnel proof, and conversion-friendly calls to action. This is exactly what you want when you are testing creative at scale. Don't just assume the first batch is perfect, because that is where the remix flow comes in. Pick any generated clip and open it right up in the editor. The editor brings the clip into a panel where you can adjust the caption style or update the opening hook. You can also change the thumbnail frame and tweak the on-screen text instantly. There is no downloading or re-uploading required, since all edits are instant. Want the caption to be more clicky? Just change it. Need to swap the crop from vertical to square for your feed? That is just one click. If you need to fix a transcript error, just edit the auto-generated captions right there. A killer move is to keep your prompt language fairly generic when you first generate everything. Try something like extract high-energy highlights to ensure the clips are reusable across different topics. After you find a clip that is resonating, save it as a template for later. Templates save enormous time because you can apply consistent branding across dozens of clips automatically. Another powerful feature you need to know about is auto-scheduling. Once you have a batch you like, set the posting frequency and let the system queue them. The system will place clips in the calendar while respecting your preferred posting windows. You can shuffle things around manually if you want, but the point here is to remove friction. You don't have to babysit uploads or worry about time zones anymore. This naturally leads to the content calendar, which is your visual hub for everything. You can see what is scheduled, what went out, and what is still pending. Drag and drop rescheduling and team comments make collaborative work incredibly simple. If you are running a campaign, you can group clips into folders to monitor live engagement. Now, you might be wondering how this compares to other tools on the market. Some platforms are great for inspiration, but they do not stitch, edit, or schedule for you. Other tools are great for transcripts, but they can be pricey and still require manual trimming. Even if you use free software, you are often doing all the heavy lifting yourself. The advantage here is operational. You get less manual editing and faster iteration. Here are a few pro tips I have learned from my own experiments. Always double-check that clips use real, accurate claims, especially for testimonials. AI helps you discover the moment, but compliance is still on you. Use a light touch on on-screen text, keeping lines short and punchy. Think 3 to 6 words for the hook, and a single line for the value claim. Make multiple variations of each clip to test what resonates with your audience. You are essentially testing both creative direction and messaging at the same time. Let me show you another example using a product launch. Upload the hour-long stream, set the AI to pull 15 clips, and let it do its job. After generation, I will remix a couple of clips to change the headlines. The goal is always to produce a batch of distinct, testable creatives quickly. You can even use the tool to repurpose content across different brands. The workflow is identical. Upload, generate, remix, and schedule. That is how you scale creative testing without starting from scratch every single time. One subtle advantage people miss is that speed and volume beat perfection early on. If you can produce 50 permutations quickly, you will find winners faster. Winners get scaled, losers get paused, and you quickly learn what moves the needle. Finally, a quick note on cost and efficiency for your business. Some platforms lock you into high fees, while others require hiring an entire production team. This tool sits in the sweet spot of automation that speeds up creation. So that is the full flow. Pick a video, pull highlights, remix, and schedule. You can crank out dozens of platform-optimized clips in a single session. Keep your channel pipeline filled for weeks with just 1 hour of work. If you want to start turning your long videos into high-performing clips, try this workflow. No more fluff, just faster testing, more hits, and fewer late-night editing sessions. Alright, I will see you in the next video where I break down thumbnail strategies.